You're Good morning, Patricia. How are you today?
Hi, good morning, Mrs. Baylor.
Glad you are here today. I'm excited about this journey with you. Just wanted to give a moment to see how you're doing. How is your day going?
Oh, it's going very well. Thank you. Hope
Okay,
yours
great.
going good.
It is. Thank you for asking. So the purpose of our meeting today is to just get a moment to get to know each other so you can share your thoughts and feelings about how things are going and the whole purpose of this coaching experience and how you're feeling about the process.
And thank you so much for choosing me to help me out with my goals.
Oh, absolutely. I hope that this will be a rewarding experience for us both. I'll get to learn a lot about you and you about me and about the process. So I wanted to start off by just, first of all, explaining to you a little bit about coaching. So, with coaching, it's a collaborative effort. So, basically, what we'll be doing is we're going to talk about your strengths and things that you want to work on, what goals you might have. When you express an interest about entering back into the early childhood field, I thought coaching would be a great way to help you with the things that you're concerned about so that we can make sure that you're successful with the process. So through coaching, we will talk about all those things. We'll come up with some goals that you want to work on in order to get where you want to get. And then we'll just talk about some strategies. And once we have that into place, then we'll have an opportunity for me to come and observe you in a classroom. Are you excited about this new job that you're going to take?
Yes, I am excited, very excited. I've been wanting to try this for a very long time. Um, I started out younger. I love kids and started out younger, wanting to do childcare and eventually have my own daycare. But right now, my only goal is just to work my way back into it, start slow, and then eventually have my own childcare.
Nice. That's a great goal, definitely. So that would be some of the things that we will talk about. So it sounds like you've given it a lot of thought, which is great because we're going to work together, but I need you definitely to be a instrumental part of that because I don't know where you want to go, but you know where you want to go. So if there's at any point in time where anything I suggest is steering you from what you think you want to work on, just please feel free to let me know because this is about you and your journey. So before
Okay,
we
I
get
appreciate that.
started, is there anything you want to ask me about me, my background, or anything to make you feel you know me a little better?
Yes, how long have you been doing what coaching and doing what you're doing?
I've been coaching indirectly for about 15 years. I've always loved childcare. I started off in childcare in 1992, and I was fresh out off the thing. I didn't know if I could even do it, but I knew I loved children and I knew I loved the idea of helping them learn more. So
Oh,
that's kind of how
wow.
I
Okay.
started.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I moved into special education and did that for 12 years. And I found that I missed the classroom experience, helping teachers and sharing and helping them support what they're trying to do in the classroom. So that's sort of how I got here to what I do now, being a technical assistant for Wake County. So I go in and I do coaching with teachers all the time. So glad to have
Okay.
you aboard.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
and a lot of times when you go through coaching, keep in mind that if you feel like it's not a good fit, that maybe we're just not clicking, or maybe you don't feel I'm understanding. The main goal is to make sure that you're successful. So we have other coaches out there. And if you ever feel like, well, maybe this is not the person for you, please feel free to say, I enjoyed the time, whatever you want to say, and choose your path. Because at the end of the day, if you're not getting what you need to get from me, I want you to get it from someone.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, um, now you explain to me your reasons that you're interested in getting back into this field and possibly one day starting your own school. That's pretty great. Do you have a county in mind in the area that you're looking to progress to in the future?
Um,
Or
I really haven't thought about the where yet, but I too, I love kids as well. Um, it's just something that I've always wanted to do. I worked a short time in daycare, um, but things happen and I wasn't able to fulfill that my goals that I had, years ago.
Okay, great. So it sounds like to me, if you would have had the right support back then, you may have already been working on that. So I hope
Oh
that.
yes, absolutely.
Oh, that is great. Okay, so basically, we do this pre-conference today to get to know each other. You can ask me any questions. And what we would like to do is set up some time for me to observe you in the classroom and give you the opportunity. So that's why I was able to get the director of the school to let you come in and work a few hours with each classroom so that you can sort of get back into that mode of feeling and how you feel about being in a childcare setting. Did you have a particular age group that you were interested in working with?
Absolutely. I prefer maybe like to start out with the infant classroom.
Okay.
Just to see how, see them grow, um, help them with their motor skills, stuff like that.
Okay.
Start off, with them maybe.
Sounds like a good plan. And the good part is that you'll be shadowing another teacher, the teacher who was already in the classroom. So they'll sort of be able to get you to walk through the different types of health and safety things that you have to do and the routines of the day. So I think the infant will be a great way to start. So I know that from I was reading your information that you do have a 2-year degree in early childhood education. So congratulations on that.
Hmm.
Are you interested in pursuing some more training now, or do you sort of want to just work within the field, do this?
Definitely more training because I think it'll help me in the long run in getting to my goal of possibly having my own child care.
Absolutely. I always say the more you know, the more you grow, right?
Absolutely, yes.
That's a great thing. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll put you in contact with the director of the school, and she's
Okay.
going to set up a schedule with you so you can come in and work a few days, a couple hours a day. Are you comfortable with maybe 2 hours in the morning time frame, or would you prefer afternoon?
I definitely would need the afternoon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Anytime,
great.
preferably after 2 would be fine.
Sounds good. Sounds good. That way we can work around your work schedule.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that'll be perfect. Do you have any questions about the process? You feel a little more comfortable with the possibility?
I'm very comfortable. I don't have any questions as of yet. Um, do you have any suggestions?
Well, just so you have an idea of it, what she's going to do is she's going to give you sort of like a quick orientation, the same
Mhm.
that she would do for a teacher that she was hiring.
Okay.
And she'll just explain to you things like, wash your hands. They'll show you how the hand washing procedures go. They'll show you the diaper changing. They'll show you all those basics. But for the first few days, you won't actually handle any infants. You would just be more observant in the classroom
Okay.
to give you a chance to be comfortable with it. And then once you're comfortable, she said she would do that for a few days. And based on how she see you do and your comfort level, I told her that you did work in childcare a while back. What age group did you say you worked with when you did
I
work?
was in like the 2-year-olds, the
Okay, great.
2-year-olds room.
Well, you
Hmm.
were in the toughest room there is.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you work with the potty training and diapers and
Yes,
that whole nature.
yes, absolutely, yes.
Awesome. So I think starting with the infant classroom will give you an understanding of where they're beginning in their development and how that's going to translate. So you'll spend a week in that infant classroom, and then she'll let you spend some time in the toddler room. Then she'll move you to the 2-year-old classroom, and then the 3-year-old classroom, and then finally the preschool classroom. Because I think
Okay,
for you to kind of start to see where you want to be at when you actually start an official job, we want to make sure it's a good fit for you and where you feel like you can really do a good job in there to start.
okay,
That
okay.
sounds good. They
Yes.
also have what they call floating positions. If you feel like you're really not sure after this time, what age group you want, she said that she could also hire you as the floater. So what the floater does is basically you relieve teachers when they have to go to the restroom or when they go to lunch or when they're out sick, you may be in the classroom. That way you don't have to decide right away what class age you want.
Mm-hmm.
You can get more time doing that, and then you'll actually
Okay.
be paid to do it then, which
Okay.
would be great. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you do. And once we get started and we put down those goals that we're going to work on, that's going to be the way we set up the strategies for what we're going to be working on.
So do you think they will require me to have like CPR classes?
Not at the moment because we're doing sort of on a trial basis. But
Okay.
if you decide that this is for you, she said that if you were interested in becoming an employee, then that would be something that they would pay for you to do. So all your
Okay.
trainings that are required, they will provide that for you while you're employed there.
Okay.
So you won't have to have anything. You already have the basics to have a job in early childhood, which is the early childhood credentials courses that you took when you got your 2-year degree. And
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be required to, of course, once you're employed, to maintain a certain number of credit hours per year. But this director is really great about making sure that you can afford it and that they pay for most of them. And there's
Okay.
so many free trainings out there. So one of the things we can do if once we decide on your goals for today, and you don't have to have a certain number of goals, it's just what you feel is important to you. And I encourage you to definitely have that goal of professional development.
Okay.
And I can provide you some resources as far as websites where you can take some free trainings, and a lot of them are virtual. So you can do them at home, you can do them when it's good for you. And then the director can also allow time while you're there to do trainings if it's during the time you're there.
Okay.
And that'll be a great goal for you to increase your professional development if you're interested in that being a goal for you.
Okay.
And then another goal I would think, as far as from my perspective, and then you can tell me what goals you actually want to do. But another goal would be just understanding the health and safety rules within the child care center so that you can
Mm.
make sure you're following those, because of course the children's safety is definitely the biggest priority when you're going in there. And I want to make sure you feel comfortable that you're going to do those things the correct way. So that could be a goal as well.
Okay.
Does that sound like two goals that you would be interested in
Oh,
trying?
absolutely. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Now, when you worked in childcare before, you said things didn't work out, but your experience there, did you find anything that you might want to work on as far as how you interact with the children? Did you have any things that you felt like you weren't good at that point in time that you would like to have as a goal?
Absolutely. Being with I think with the 2-year-old, and I was pretty young myself. Patience, with the kids is one goal that I definitely need to work on. And I feel like the older that I've gotten now, at my age now, that I've grown in the patience department, and that's why I want to get back into it.
Absolutely. So do you
Um,
have any children of your own?
I absolutely do. I have one son, and
Okay.
actually have grandkids now.
Oh, that's great. Well, I can tell you, experience is the best thing to make us prepared with patience. And it sounds like you have to have patience if you have grandchildren.
Absolutely,
How many
yes.
grandchildren do you have?
I have 4 boys. 4 boys.
Wow. Do you get to spend a lot of time with them, keeping them overnight or long periods of time?
I do. I keep them. I've kept them the longest I kept them like a week,
Oh, okay.
but it definitely requires patience, and I just love them to death, and they
Mhm.
give me joy.
That's great. So I think you'll be able to take that experience as a grandmother and a mom, and just when you think about the children in your care, put them in the mindset of, if these were my grandboys, you have to, sometimes you got to pull that patience and say, okay, well, I have to understand that developmentally, this is appropriate for them. Their actions are appropriate. And,
Yes,
when
yes,
you're working with behaviors of children in a classroom, you have to take in consideration that they're each from a different family, so a different background. So the
yes.
perspective is different. So I think if you stay open-minded about that when you're working with them,
Okay.
that patience will come. because you got to realize that some things you can't control because you don't know what's going on at home with them, but what you can control is what you're providing for them. And they just want love and fun and to be happy and to feel safe.
Right.
And
Okay.
it sounds like you can definitely provide that. Just let alone being a mom and a grandmother. And then your 2-year degree, I'm sure you took a lot of courses talking about child development, what's expected for different ages. Because as teachers, you're observing all the time where that child is developmentally, so that what you provide will help encourage that developmental growth. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Awesome. So if you are excited and ready for it, we can say that we're going to work on just practicing patience with the children. And a part of that is going to definitely be making sure you're in tune with their developmental age.
Okay.
So
Great.
what
That
we
sounds
can,
great.
yeah, and what we can do is when I come out to observe you, I don't want you to be nervous about whether you do something wrong or right, because this is a growing experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to be looking for all the great things you're going to be doing, because I know you will. And then any points where you feel frustrated, I'm going to leave a notebook in the classroom with you where you can jot down things that, were stressful for you, that made you feel like, oh gosh, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. And then we can work on those things and work our way through it. So I don't want you to give up. If you're willing to just keep going, and I'm going to keep going, and we're going to work together. And before you know it, you're going to be ready to open that school.
Oh, that sounds great.
Awesome. All right. Well, Patricia, thank you so much for this time. We'll get back together in a couple weeks after you've had a time to work in the classroom.
Thank
And
you. I'm kind of excited.
yeah, I'm so glad. Do you have any questions now that we've talked about the goals? Any other goals you want to focus on?
I don't have any more
Okay.
questions at this time.
Okay. Well, if you ever in this experience come up with new goals, jot them down in a notebook that I'm going to have at the school for you. We can always start new goals at any point in time.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
I am so excited about this journey. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sign some agreement forms. It just talks about your willingness to participate in the program, and that just how you're feeling about it, what you're willing to do and not do. And then I'm also going to sign it as your coach, just my promise to you. And I'm definitely going to always promise you that I'm going to be on time for our sessions. I'm going to make sure that we're looking at all the great things you're doing and just making sure this is a positive experience for you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Great. Well, here goes. We're about to make things happen, aren't we?
Absolutely.
All right. So I have your email address and everything. So I'm going to send you the contact information, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, Patricia. Have a great day.
You too.